Today we are going to discuss on an easy but tricky topic called as the maps in Power BI. So over here I have person address as the table, and inside person address I have city, address line 1, 2, postal code and spatial recognition. So like a very first time user, maybe let's take a map and let's put in our city column in the location because that may be an easy thing to do. Let's see what happens. Okay, if I put city in the location, will it work for me? Of course not, because Power BI just doesn't involve putting data in any visual. It involves getting your data ready for that visual also. Now let's see what we can do to make this data ready for the visual. Okay, first of all, we will see that the city, and on top if you see the data category is not categorized. So first and foremost thing is that we will categorize city into the city data category and postal code into the postal code data category. This is mandatory if you are working with maps. At least it is good that if you do it with majority of your data so that Power BI does not get confused. For the spatial recognition, there is one problem because latitude and longitude are given together. I need to separate them so that I can have a data category assigned to them properly and make it work with the maps properly. So let's go in our Power Query in transform data and let's see how we can do it. There are multiple ways to do it. Okay, you can use DAX and everything, but over here I'm going to show a very easy way. So first of all, you click on your spatial location and there is something called as extract where you get text between delimiters. Extract text between delimiters. Now the delimiter over here is your open brackets. Okay, you can write the entire thing, no problem, or the open brackets. It will check that, and then there is a space. Now the first one is the longitude, if I have not mistaken. So let's remove the longitude first. So I have given the starting delimiter as point, space, open braces, and the end delimiter as a space. Now let's see if it has identified. It has 100% identified. Okay, now this is our longitude. Let's rename this as longitude. Okay, so we have renamed this. Okay, and now let's go back to our spatial location, sorry. And over here now I cannot use the text between delimiters for latitude because space comes twice. So what I am using is that text after delimiter. So first I am removing only till bracket, so I will get the longitude and latitude both over here. But now what I will do is that now I will do the extract again over here and give text after delimiter, and in that I am going to give space. So I'm using this twice. Okay, and now I will get my latitude. Now over here again the problem is that there is one more bracket. Now let's use again an extract but with text before the delimiter and put closing brackets in that. So it's very easy. If you actually do it with me, you will find that it is much easier and interesting also. Okay, so this is a very interesting way to do it. You can 100% use DAX and split and everything, but I found that this way was very easy and new way to do it. That's why I've shown it. Okay, now your latitude and longitude have come out. Here what I am going to do is that I am going to first make them decimal number. This is a very compulsory point, that if you have latitude and longitude, you choose decimal number for them, not a whole number, nothing else. Please choose a decimal number, otherwise your maps won't work. This is also another important point. I'm going to write it down in the description also. Now you have your longitude and latitude both, and I don't want these in between columns to be there to confuse us. So just let's remove them. Okay, it's not a problem. You can 100% remove them. Um, let's remove even this one also. Okay, so now you have actually your latitude and longitude properly given. And let's close and apply it. Okay, let's wait for the data to load. Okay, so we have our data now. Let's see if the latitude and longitude has come up properly. And yes, it has 100% come up properly. Okay, so that's great news. And now let us categorize the data. Okay, let's go in the column tools, data category. Let's categorize longitude as longitude and latitude as latitude. Now, because we chose decimal numbers, in the data category also it has given only latitude, longitude. So that's the beauty of it, that it is recognizing by itself. Now, when we come back to our map visual, okay, let's see what happens if we put in latitude in the latitude column and longitude in the longitude column. Now it is automatically taking the average of latitude and average of longitude. I will come back to this point in just a while, that why it is taking the average. But if you see over here right now, it still doesn't work. It still doesn't work. And this is a very important, I think, point over here, which I will again mention in the description, that when you're using field map, you have to use either the country or the state. City will not work over here in general. And this is a mistake a lot of people do, that they use field map and try to use these columns with it. Generally it will not work. We have to use the map, the normal map which is just besides it, and if you press on it, you will see that it has automatically identified the with small bubbles, okay, on where this data is present. Okay, so city, average of latitude and longitude. Now let's see why it is taking average first of all. Okay, I will go back, and what I will do is that I will say don't summarize latitude and longitude, don't take the average. But what it is saying, that if I remove the average, then I should not use city with it. Okay, so if I want to use only latitude and longitude, then remove the location. No need of the location, then it will point as the perfect latitude and longitude. And this is what my recommendation is. It is better to use either the city or the latitude and longitude, whichever data is best in your entire data. You have to check how many are nulls, how many is perfect. You can decide on that. Now let's just see what happens if we keep another data field over here in location. Okay, let's keep maybe postal code and try and see if that works. But 100% it is not going to work, because it is going to tell us that you need to aggregate latitude and longitude for using that. Again, if I put city, the same thing will happen. And now when I change the latitude and longitude into an aggregate, which is an average for me over here, it will again show me the data. Okay, so this is a simple thing, but it may confuse a lot of people, that what should we use and what should we not use. So my recommendation will be, whatever data is good in your entire database. If city is perfect, you use city with average of latitude longitude, or even if you don't use latitude longitude, it will work. If a latitude longitude is great in your data, you use that. Okay, so I'm showing over here that what happens if you change these settings. Okay, now we have sorted this out and the data has come, but the data in itself doesn't tell you anything. It needs certain KPIs for that, right? So now I'm going to add a slicer with city on it, and I'm going to check if the slicer is working according to the city. Yes, it is. And when you select a city, it will show you the perfect location on the map, but still it doesn't give me any information. I need certain information, right, from any data that I see. The best way to give certain KPI to a map, and the easiest way, is to use bubble size. Whatever column you add in bubble size, and over here I'm going to add what is the total due for that particular location, because we are having sales data. So if you use it, it will give you the sum of the total due for that particular location, and it can be a very useful KPIs in certain scenario. So let's select some random cities, and let's just see. Over here I'm changing the slicer settings a little bit, just in the selection, because I want select all to come. So let's change that. Yeah, and let it, I think vertical list is fine over here. Let's use that only. And let's see what more changes we can make. Maybe I can remove the multi-select with control, because of course I don't want to use control when I'm selecting multiple cities. And here I'm selecting multiple cities and showing you all that how it comes up. Now with a single visual it may not seem like too much, but next time maybe I will add multiple visuals and make it very interactive. Maybe in the next video we can touch upon bookmarks with respect to maps and have a complete report over here. So I think this is it for today. A small topic, but yet a very important and tricky one. We'll see you in the next video, and happy learning. Bye bye.